Hello, this is Myself in Comics, and I've come to upload this very important video, not just for anime YouTubers, manga YouTubers, but for also comic book YouTubers, because I wasn't sure if they were going to get affected or not, because they usually don't do as much anime or manga as a usual anituber, manga tuber. But one of my favorite comic book YouTubers called Near Mint Condition, with it's a YouTube channel that has like a lot of people on there. Like there's Amanda, there's Omar, so many people. So forgive me for not remembering every single name on there, but they just got a copyright strike on their manga. From what I've seen, I obviously haven't seen every single video, but from what I've seen, sometimes they would open the pages so you look at the pages inside. Sometimes they'll just do the front and the back cover. There was one that was like a josei, which is like for females 18 and up, so he obviously didn't show the insides. I believe he just showed the front cover and the back cover, and that video is gone. And I just saw his video saying that he just got a copyright strike for that video. And everything and all of the other anything that had manga in it. They don't usually do anime. If they did, I don't remember them doing it at all. But a lot of their manga consist of not only actually no, they do sometimes newer ones, but majority of the times it's like 80s series. I won't say just in case, because Japanese companies are on everybody's butts even more than usual for this. And the problem is that there was a person named Totally Not Mark who did a lot of I believe it was anime reviews or something like that last year. I didn't watch his channel, but he has over 150 of those videos, and 150 of those was copyright striked because of a Japanese company that owns it, Toei. And so YouTube decided to help him out and made it possible to where he can still make the videos, but it just won't be shown in Japan. Like, it is blocked in Japan or whatever region that can be where you can get a possible copyright strike from. And it was not only with him, but it was supposed to help start, I don't know, quote unquote, a new age for anime and manga YouTubers. Or so we thought. And then this year, around February, something bad happened. And it was from a YouTuber named Suede. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. A friend sent this video to me, and the title was like, every anime manga YouTuber, like YouTube channel could be gone tomorrow. And after hearing what he said, it could very possible be true. And the reason I am making this video is because some anime or manga YouTuber, like, getting copyright strikes is normal, right? So for a comic YouTuber who only does comic books, they may not know that. Or who knows, there's apparently some people who watch a lot of anime manga YouTubers that actually don't know that they get copy striked a lot, which is pretty weird. I don't know, but maybe the channel doesn't talk about it, because sometimes they don't, sometimes they do. Just even using a little tiny tidbits of music, or just one scene, like a few seconds, boom, gone. And the reason I'm making this video is to really, really educate. I know I said that. Because after seeing Omar's video, I was really sad. But there's lots of people not lots of people, there's some comments that I saw that were giving him the wrong advice on what to do, because they don't know what's going on. Lots of comic book people want to get into the whole anime and manga scene, or have started to get into the anime manga scene, but they don't really care sometimes to look behind the scenes of what's happening. And sometimes they can be very biased and only pick the good things, like that whole thing with that one anime. I can't say it. Oh my gosh. Um, but with this one, not with this one anime. Sorry, there was a novel. What's it called? It was a. It's not a graphic novel. It's a light novel. Sorry, it was a light novel, and there was like some president of some company that was saying, "Okay, yeah, we'll let the people in the West kind of what's it called, censor and change the stuff from the light novel to cater to them," or something like that. And then he got a lot of backlash for it, and so he apologized and gave everybody a raise. And I'm like, I've never heard people do that before. I'm sorry, here's a raise for everybody. So I thought that was kind of weird, but they use something like that random piece of good news, um, to say, oh, Japanese people, they know what they're doing. Japanese companies know what they're doing. They care about the fans, and the truth is no. If you heard of Team 4-Star, if you follow Team 4-Star, if you have subscribed to Team 4-Star, you would know that that's not really true. Despite their videos in the very beginning saying, this is a parody, support the official release, like buy their official merchandise and all that stuff. And like there was that one time where I believe they were invited to an event by Shueisha, or it was Toei. Gosh dang, it was one of those companies. And despite doing an event with that company still copyright strikes their stuff. I believe they still do anyway, because people keep telling me that, yeah, they still got some strikes or whatever, because I haven't followed in like a really long time. But this is to help people, especially people who have said they want to start an anime or manga YouTube channel like me, to realize that unless YouTube does something, it's recommended for you to not start one. Unfortunately, I would have to put my anime manga stuff onto my Instagram, because I don't want to get copyright strike. Because a few months ago on one of my live streams, I almost got a copyright strike. I got a warning, and it was for a clip that apparently was a minute, and sound was off. We were talking through the video, pauses. I also paused the video a couple times to talk about the scene or whatever. It was a live stream with my friend, and I was explaining it to him and everything. And despite me doing all that stuff so I won't get in trouble, I still got in trouble. But I was off easy. And so here is the article that we are going to be looking at. And it is called "The Battle Between Anime, YouTube, and Japan Keeps Escalating." And it's going to be showing how this all started. Okay. So right here it says, anime content creators on YouTube have been entrenched in a brutal fair use battle with aggressive Japanese copyright owners for a while now. Because I said before, this has been something that's been happening for years. Like when I was really young to watch anything anime related, boom, that video would be gone. And they would be like days or months to get that video back. But as I said here, it is now starting to get out of control. Japanese companies do not want YouTubers using their footage, and that includes showing manga, whether in the pages or the covers, or even talking about it or name dropping it. Apparently, they don't want merchandise either. Like if you're wearing a shirt of your favorite anime or manga or whatever, you can get copyrighted for that too, from what I'm hearing. Unless you do something like blur it out or whatever. Because I actually do see a lot of Japanese people, whether their shirt is of their favorite anime, they always blurt it out, and I've always wondered why, and I guess it's because of this. And I don't want people saying, "Oh, this is only happening to Westerners." No, this has been happening to Japanese creators for many years. The Japanese creators were never allowed to do this, but because of our fair use law in the U.S., we always had a pass, you know. But that pass is no longer working, I guess. um, so let me continue here. YouTubers need clips to critique, parody, and craft all sorts of content. This is true also sometimes because when you're watching something, sometimes it can be a little boring if they're just talking, like me, and they don't put any clips or whatever. So they, when they put clips, is to keep it interesting and all that kind of stuff. Like think of anime music videos; those are great, but you know those ones might be out too. While anime YouTubers in recent bouts against Japanese companies successfully argue that their content falls under transformative fair use, others are facing what they're calling the Shoprogambit. To understand where anime YouTube is now, we need to look back on events that transpired in late 2021. Back in December last year, Mark Fitzpatrick, a popular anime YouTuber called Totally Not Mark, as I said before, got hit with 150 copyright strikes by Toei Animation. Okay, so it was Toei, not Shueisha. A grave number that would normally shutter a channel. But when YouTube stepped in and forced a policy that gives content creators a bit more wiggle room when faced with legal removal requests from copyright owners. I can't read today. So it allows owners like Toei to have videos from content creators removed from YouTube only in places like Japan, where the copyright holder resides. Sorry, allowing YouTubers to remain up in other territories that have fair use. And so this is this video that I watched that my friend sent to me. Thank you, Robert. So it sucks because this was literally what happened to Totally Not Mark happened in December, and this literally happened like a month afterwards. And like it sucks. So this person named Suede usually makes Pokemon and anime parodies. I've never heard of him before, but all of his content is gone now, which is understandable, and he's been doing it for years. So 8 years. The legal strategy goes well beyond allowing Japanese companies to circumvent YouTube's copyright policy. The tactic, if implemented successfully, could force content creators into a prolonged, financially taxing international court battle that could jeopardize YouTube's channel of size. So a lot of people that have been getting hit are usually known as smaller YouTubers. And people were getting very confused because lots of people who were copyright striked were saying, how am I copyright striked? How am I getting this? How am I getting that? I'm a small YouTuber. Why would you notice me? This is not the senpai that I want noticed. Because they don't care. That's it. They don't care. They don't care if you buy their stuff. They don't care if you say good things about it. They don't care bad things about it. They don't want you talking about it. They don't want you showing it, because their fair use law is extremely outdated. Every time I talk to somebody about Japan, I always talk about how outdated their laws are, and how to deal with sexism and equality, how women are treated over there. And some people don't believe me, but some people who know that I actually do research on this stuff, I talk to people about this stuff, like people who visited Japan or Japanese YouTubers who live in Japan. I get this from them, and sometimes some Japanese people I actually talk to that can speak pretty well English, I talk to them too. And so like it took me a little bit, but there's some things I shouldn't say to them, and I realize what those are. So something like that really helped. So they already claimed this person Suede's YouTube channel, and he decided to go on Twitter and say, which we're going to look at, what's going on and like what to do about it. Like Japanese companies, as it said here, have always been aggressive, always. So like people saying, "Oh, how come they're not happening to all the other people?" Oh, don't worry, they most likely will someday. But there's a lot of speculation saying that this may have been started from people watching full anime episodes on Twitch, or on YouTube. There's some reactors on YouTube too, and I honestly wouldn't be surprised if those were gone. Like, I know that's how they make their content, but I do think that stuff like that we need to lower down a bit. Like, even people who react to SpongeBob, yes, I've watched those videos, have been getting copyright too. Not as much as this though. So anybody can be on the chopping block, big or small. You can make another channel, like a sub channel, but you're gonna have to, if you want to do anything manga or anime related, because showing it is not going to be in good health for anybody. So the Shoprogambit is what he named in the video. Shopro is the company behind Pokemon, and it's a slap suit, which is commonly used to intimidate a defendant from fighting back against a plaintiff. While the thing could go to court, this strategy assumes that the defendant will consider it too much of a hassle to pursue. So it's like they'll scare you with a complaint, like they'll send you like an email or get in contact with you somehow and say, hey, if you keep doing this, you're gonna go to court. And you rather pay or you go to court. And the thing is, like, whether you pay or go to court, it's bad on you for both ways, which I hope that he'll explain here. If other Japanese companies decide to use this action, which it has not only been Shopro. As we've said before, Toei has been doing something similar to this, and I heard somebody who shows Toei content also got hit. And then there was another person who got hit who does this, what's it called? He does these arcs on YouTube of many different animes. Like, you see a Demon Slayer one, you see an Attack on Titan one, and explains like a lot of the arcs and everything. He got his every single Demon Slayer video. He only said Demon Slayer. So like Attack on Titan or Tokyo Revengers or something like that. Crap, I said their names. Don't worry about it. So all those stuff, it was just the Demon Slayer that was affected, and that is owned by Shueisha. So Shueisha, Toei, and Shopro, which is a Pokemon company. We all know Toei owns Dragon Ball. So they are the ones that have been affecting YouTubers as of late. And that's pretty sad, because that's already 3. And it hasn't been, like, it's been 1 month since the Totally Not mark. It's now February. And this person named Diablo also got hit with a near mint condition. That's 2 people in 1 month for February, 1 in January, and 1 in December. So YouTube's counterclaim system and fair use policy to bully content creators, both large and small. So the fear is that by doing so, companies can have these beloved channels purged from the platform, even if some of these content creators not only love anime, but also give free PR for their media. As I said, there's people saying, it's they're not getting money for this, it's doing this for free. Like I said, they don't care. Well, it's a fairly common legal tactic. Many YouTubers are independent creators who may not have the resources to fight back. And this person who got hit first does not have the money to fight back. And that freaking sucks. because I believe it was around, what was it? I think it was around $700 or something that he has to pay, or it's rather 2 cents per. Oh wait, I see it right there. Never mind. Let me stop talking. From this point on, there are a million swords hanging over a million heads, all held up by a single hair. They might never drop, but they also might drop tomorrow, is what he said. And over here, Shopro aren't playing around anymore. They sent me a court complaint and got a huge chunk, not all weirdly, of Journey removed, and are now demanding 80,200 yen, I believe it is, plus legal fees. So, I mean, like, this may seem like a lot of money, but it's not $80,000. It's around 7,000 or something, like 7,700 or something like that. So he had to get a lawyer, and in the video he explained that he was calling multiple lawyers, and all those lawyers were saying, well, no, you have to go call this, you got to call that, you got to call this, you got to call that. And he had to do so many calls of different lawyers on how to get this thing rolling, and he was just having so much trouble with it, and it's very sad. And apparently he has autism, which he said, and it's a really hard thing to process. So in YouTube speak, he has 3 months. They gave him 3 months to either ignore the small claim, have his channel taken down, fight by hiring a Japanese lawyer to contest fair use for his videos under Japan's strict interpretation of the policy, and likely go bankrupt in the process. Meaning that if you decide to go to court, the court is going to be in Japan, and despite you paying for that product, Japan still owns it. Meaning that you are breaking their rules and their fair use. Meaning that you will lose. So all that money that you're paying for a freaking Japanese lawyer and paying money to go to freaking Japan, you're going to lose all of that money. All of that money you're going to lose, and you're going to even lose even more if you freaking lose. So that's not an option. And this is what I was talking to somebody on a YouTube comment on near mint condition, because there was people saying, just make another channel to make manga or anime content. And I'm like, no, because that's what got him the copyright strike in the first place. Why would he continue doing that and then get his content taken down and then still get a warning to go to court? Which he did. He got some sort of warning about possibly going to court and having his channel removed. And that's not an option. And this is to say to Omar, he was pretty confident that he was going to win because of US's fair use law, but no, he's going to lose because what Japan is using is their own fair use law, which is non-existent. So it's their law, there's their fair use they're using, so you're not going to win, unfortunately, and that's the truth. So I don't want people, or like comic book people who are wanting to start this, to be confident in something like this, because this is something they're doing that's extremely sketchy. Because despite what they did with Totally Not Mark, they're finding loopholes to go into the system or whatever to get people, anime YouTubers, comic YouTubers, and manga YouTubers, which we will now add comic book YouTubers to that list, unfortunately. And this also accounts if you're doing reviews on animated movies, animated series as well. So as I said here, like $700 is what he has to pay. Oh, I guess in New Zealand dollars, that's 1,000. And set a precedent for other aggressive copyright owners to issue anime YouTubers financially draining legal action of their own. And again, that freaking sucks because you lose either way. So Suede has yet to decide on how he wants to proceed with the claim, but has come to terms with his channel being deleted and has started a new channel. I did see that he started a new channel. There's no videos on that yet because I'm pretty sure he wants to finish with whatever is going on with this. When did that happen? It was somewhere in January. So I believe he still has like less than a month left on what to do. Although the future of anime YouTubers look uncertain, he started to do the hashtag geo-blocking for all on Twitter as a call to action for YouTube. I do know a lot of people are blaming YouTube for this, but with a totally not marked situation, YouTube has been trying their hardest. But as soon as the Japanese company poll, and they've decided to literally sue anime and manga small YouTubers, unfortunately, that's when YouTube will not dirty their hands or help in any way, and that sucks. But to say that they didn't try would be a freaking lie. Apparently, way back then, there was this thing called geo-blocking, which I've never even heard of until this whole situation. But it's like the totally not marked situation, but it's a lot more strict. So something like this, where Japanese companies are finding a loophole to try and get you, wouldn't be happening at all. And they're trying to get it back. So if you are on YouTube, if you are on Twitter, Instagram, all that fun stuff, social media, yay, uh, do the hack geo-blocking for all. And so only content creators participating in the MCNs can geo-block their content to help prevent the ire from aggressive companies. But Suede argues that YouTube should allow all content creators to geo-block content to prevent this from occurring in the future. And I do agree. I don't think it should just be those creators, because everybody makes content. Everybody is a creator in some way or form. So I do believe that it should be for everybody. But if the situation comes to light, it isn't foolproof, unfortunately, because we don't know if this is going to work or not. I want it to be foolproof. I do. But unless YouTube does something or whatever, then we don't know for sure. Suede said this solution can open up another massive can of legal worms by allowing piracy to run rampant on YouTube if it doesn't single out geo-blocking in Japan. And that's very true. And then this is, I guess this is Mother's Basement. I have heard of them before. I believe I watched a couple of videos. Like, this person only had like 20k subs. Apparently that's considered small because I have less than 100. But hey, I guess that counts. That's fine. So the other alternative would be for anime YouTubers to not use any video, audio, or imagery from Japanese IP, forcing content creators to shoot their content like a TV talking head in front of a custom assets or nothing at all, which would effectively be a change for the worse for the anime YouTube community, according to Suede. And I think that's true. Unfortunately, YouTube is in a really bad situation too. It needs to make a decision relatively quickly. He told Kotaku it either needs to allow geo-blocking to all users so that they aren't at the complete mercy of Japanese rights holders, or continue its current policy, which could result in an entire demographic being purged from its base. A YouTube spokesperson told Kotaku when YouTube receives a valid lawsuit regarding a creator's content that allegedly infringes copyright, we may remove the content until there is a legal action, which is what we've done in this case. Which we also reached out to Shopro, but didn't hear back by time of publication, and that kind of sucks, Japanese companies will send you emails saying what you did wrong, and when you respond back, you're like, so you're going to answer back though? No? Okay. YouTube used to be a place where people could share a lot of transformative content that brought us together as fans, with content like reviews, music videos, fan art, parodies, giving us a sense of community, Suede told Otaku. But with this suit, this switch can be flipped, and I feel like a harbinger of the end times. Harbinger. That's an interesting word. So that is it for the article. And then he also I'm going to show the tweets. Okay, scroll down. So, ShowPro has developed a technique that would scare everyone, that should scare everyone. If any Japanese company sees you using their IP, they can take down your entire channel legally in the space of 3 months, and there's nothing you can do about it. So, all it takes is 2 steps. Step one, create a rudimentary, if I'm pronouncing that right, small claim in Japan, aim it at the offending creator, and send it to YouTube demanding the videos be taken down. Make the fine too big to ignore, but too small to be worthy fees. Make it confusing and obtuse. And then here's the both of the hashtags. And then step two, since it's legal proceedings, YouTube steps back and washes their hands. The video goes down instantly with no option to counterclaim. The YouTuber is forced to go through you in your country. This is near impossible without expensive representation. And then the takedowns become strikes whether or not the damages are paid, and the channel is gone. That's it. Boom. An easy, efficient way to remove videos with anything you don't like on YouTube outside of Japan. No use of counterclaim, no fair use, click and point. This needs awareness. And then the last one, ShowPro has demanded my videos be taken down and for me to pay 0.02 yen per view. That means it doesn't matter if it's monetized. Any video that has received views in Japan is subject to Japanese jurisdiction, and Japan doesn't really have fair use. Okay, so that's all I wanted to show everybody. Unfortunately, I wanted to make this a really short video, but that didn't happen. I was hoping for it to be 10 minutes, but I stuttered too much. Anyway, so this is what's been going on. If you are subscribed, or you are a person who is a comic book channel, or subscribe to somebody who has a comic book channel, and they want to, or already want to do something with anime and manga, please send them this video. Please share this video, because this is extremely important. Because their channel could be taken down the moment it starts. And I know a lot of people have been pressuring everybody to do more anime and manga videos, but you have to realize the facts that this is not, especially right now, that this isn't a good thing to start right now. And so I know a lot of people don't know much about Japan, because some people are blaming Hollywood. Let me tell you, Hollywood has nothing to do with this. Hollywood has never had anything to do with this. This is about Japan, Japanese companies, and how they use their fair use. It has nothing to do with us. It has nothing to do with Hollywood. So many Japanese YouTubers from Japan, sometimes when they make their YouTube, they don't even put, hey, I'm in Japan. They put, they're in the US because of our fair use. And it's really disheartening. I have no idea if this is going to be affecting Japanese games, because I do see a lot of people, companies or whatever, like KOF 15 came out, and they didn't seem to have a problem with anybody streaming the playthroughs or the story mode or anything of the gameplay. So, but I don't know if it's specific Japanese companies. Again, we don't know. 3 so far have did this. They copyrighted, striked tons of people already. I'm hoping it doesn't keep happening. But a lot of those are mostly like, they do a lot of shonen stuff, but a lot of the other ones, which Near Mint Condition does, a lot of them are shoujo stuff. He was the only one I know that not only did comic books and manga, but for the manga, it had many different demographics, and so we don't know. But so far, those 3 companies did something, and those are the ones that we know so far. Some people have been asking about Godzilla. They're like, well, Godzilla is owned by a Japanese IP. Are they going to be affected? We don't know. Again, we don't know. I know they're owned by, freaking forgot the name, starts with an S. But so far, nothing yet. So all we can do is hope. All right. So make sure you like the video, subscribe, leave a comment. If you don't know what to comment, just say hi. If you have any questions about this issue, just ask them. Don't be afraid. Let me know what. Let me know anything. Honestly, just write a comment. So yeah, send this to anime YouTubers, manga YouTubers, comic book YouTubers, or people who you have tried to I don't want to say force, but try to influence in some way to make more videos about manga and anime, because this could very well hurt their channel and be forced to go to court when they honestly shouldn't. All right.